$90,000 in my W-2. I claim 80,000. How did I do that if I had a second business? Because you got to go deeper in the discussion. Did you just go off of Schedule C? Did you go off of Schedule E?
Schedule C shows what you wrote on. And
Yeah, I got it. And so the individual is trying to skirt it. And I'm not doing that, but I'm saying he's trying to skirt it by saying, I earned 90.
Though they got a person sign a contract. We're waiting for closing. We're waiting for closing.
They go to lendingtree.com. Seriously.
Got there, boom. Person has a tax issue. Person has not only a tax issue, but ended up having a DTI issue, and now we're scrambling to try to find them someone.
All right, DTI. Another
That's your debt to income ratio.
Debt to income ratio.
Right.
On the back.
So this is where I go back when I say profile. The person had a good credit score. Yeah, the person had a good credit score, had a good job, had assets, but what they were doing was basically every dollar that came in, they were spending it on a truck or a car or a new something this and new something that, and so they didn't have the debt to income ratio that would qualify them for the FHA loan that they wanted to get.
Question?
Yes.
My question is directed towards Fed. My question is for when you're pre-qualifying for a loan, what is the minimum requirement in order to qualify for, like, you mentioned like 550 credit score?
580.
Or 580, excuse me.
580.
Minimum requirements for what type of a loan?
Right.
I mean,
And
because
on the occupant loan?
FHA's?
FHA, is it an investor loan or a primary residence owner-occupant loan?
Primary.
Primary residence owner-occupant loan. Do you see how all this
Yeah.
can be very different? What is the minimum for conventional FHA, VA, FHA?
Okay, so let me just clarify something. FHA don't do investment loans.
Okay.
No such thing.
Primary residence.
Primary. You got to live in that property.
No, VA.
Well, there's the FHA 203K program, but that's a different program. But there is the FHA 203K program.
For how long do you have to live in that?
FHA?
3 years.
No.
They can check up on you for 12 months.
No. I mean,
They're way.
we'll put it this way. You didn't hear this from me?
They're way.
Pardon?
You didn't hear this from me? Disclaimer? Oh, okay. So I can't say it.
You better get somebody else to say it for you.
Here, you want to whisper it in my ear? I'll say it. FHA says there's no certain rule how long you have to stay in that house.
That's what I...
Right.
You just have to say when you're signing the documents that you're going to be your primary residence at closing, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Correct.
You have to check that that's your primary residence.
Right. I mean, that has to be your intent, but things happen after you can you can close and get right. You can
I don't
get
know
close and
anything
get
about
divorced. You can close and
And as far as VA, I can do 580 VA.
Right. I mean, it's
Conventional,
it's
conventional, you need 620. Conventional is still score driven. What I mean by score driven, you got to have a certain score to do conventional. To get into their products, their different things, you gotta have. They want you to have a certain score, but FHA and VA don't require you to have a certain score. They want you to have a 580. Now I'm doing a refi now, FHA, getting them away from Eastern. Anybody heard of Eastern Savings?
Mhm.
Oh, they crooks.
Oh, there you go.
I'm sorry, I didn't say that. Eastern Savings. I'm getting them away from them. His score is 560.
So again, it depends. So everybody's situation is different. So
How often can you get an FHA loan? You know, let's say you own a house, you live in it for 3 or 4 years, you sell it off,
Oh,
then you want to go buy another house. How long do you have to wait before you can get another FHA loan?
I could buy FHA home today and sell it tomorrow and get another one, but you have to make it make sense. Okay, I bought it in DC. No, I bought it in Montgomery County. I just been switched jobs to DC. So I want to move to DC. So I want to sell this home.
But you can rent it also, can't you?
If the distance is far enough, and then I gotta really write that story of why. You know what I mean, y'all? I gotta prove that you got this job in DC. I gotta
50
prove that
miles,
this
right?
house
Yes.
is in DC.
Gotta be 50 miles.
I gotta prove all this now.
it has to be documented.
Yes, I gotta physically prove it. If we can't prove it, then we gotta do something else.
All right, let's take 2 more questions, and then we'll start to close down. Has this been informative? Yeah. I mean, I know it's not a big sexy speaker up here and all that, but guys, this is like
Sid is sexy. I don't know.
guru, a national speaker. What